Top of week 3, got the hard parts bolted into the caddy. Gonna bend up some tube, get the back cup all tied in, and then gonna work on cycling that bag. And if it all works out, I'm gonna go ahead and stomp out the other side of the front end off camera. That way we can go ahead and concentrate towards the back and get just that much closer to a finished product. Let's get into it. Just a little recap from last episode. I got the back plate in, got the cup in, got my mock-up bag in, and we're sitting at full bump here. Now it's time to run some tubes. That tube is gonna start here and end here. The top of the tube's gonna be at the top of that line. So what I do, I pretty much draw a square, and then I'll take my cheater and kind of figure out what I'm gonna do, how much I need to bend, and how long I need to make it. So off camera, I went ahead and measured and drew out my square here. Down here is gonna be where the chassis is, and up here is where the cup is. I got my big, huge 180-degree cheater here, and I can just take and manipulate this in a way. It looks like I can get away with right on 90 degrees. But if I wanted to go less, all I gotta do is really just rotate it a little bit. But if I do that, I gotta make an angle cut here and an angle cut up here instead of just doing 90-degree cuts with a 90-degree bend, which is a hell of a lot simpler. But sometimes you just can't do it that way. So with this die that I have in my bender, you got to use a lot of tube to get 90 degrees. According to my cheater, you got to have at least 12 inches plus extra so it'll stay in the die and not want to pop out and everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go less than 90 degrees. That way I can just use probably, you know, a foot of tube instead of, you know, 23, 24 inches of tube. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that bent up, calculated, and we're gonna get it up in the car. Now I'm going back over with the 180. I do like to polish this down decently well just to kind of further extend the life of my dies on my bender. With how inflation's going right now, I really don't feel like replacing them because they were already expensive. There's 30 degrees. We want 45 here. There's 40 degrees. I'm just gonna let off of her. I got this tube up in the car. It's gonna sit up just a little bit different. Got a little bit of a gap there. Nothing a little flap wheeling can't fix, but it's about to be tack time. So I've already done the math to get my initial cut for my piece we're about to bend here. I'm gonna go ahead and do all the prep work off camera, and then we're gonna get it in the bender. All right, y'all. Got the other tube in the car. Got them both aligned pretty close to where they're gonna be, and without doing a whole lot of fine tuning, we'll just whoosh. That's what we like. So new day, got my welding surfaces cleaned up, got the welder rolled over to the car, got everything all back together, got my cam washers where they need to be. We're ready to tack these tubes in. Well, that's it. We're all tacked up. Only thing left to do is get that bag in and hope for the best. Viewers, and those that have stuck around this long in the video, it's a couple days later. I had a truck show over the weekend, and Sunday and Monday I had to do some choring. I actually did go through and clean up the shop a little bit. Anyway, back in the front of this caddy. So as you can see, got the bag in, but rookie mistake on my part, I did not plumb from the top of this tire here.
Fucking nice one, brother!
So, having some severe rubbing issues. Fuck. But it's part of it. That's why we tack. That is why we tack. Say it with me. But we just have to cut that bag plate off and scoot it back and then reposition our upper bag mount, or i.e. the bag cup. No big deal. Easy fix. I'm not gonna burn the fucking shop down over it. I'm bummed because it looks good in there, but no big deal. Like I said, it's part of it. Looks pretty okay until you get to the back. Yeah. That ain't it.
God damn it!
So after a few days of some off-camera frustration and trial and error, I went ahead and got this bag plate where it needs to be for the most part. What I had actually done was, instead of have this plate just sit flush on top of this control arm, I took it and I pulled everything down and I angled it back. It was just wanting to distort that bag entirely too much. So with me bringing this bag plate down and angling it back, it tremendously helped. And
which looks a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, even at full droop with this thing locked out, that bag is very, very comfortable where it's at, and it's not going to wad it up or clear from tire rub or any of that bullshit.
So after deciding to go ahead and knock out the driver's side, I went ahead and did all this off camera. Same as the other side. I did have an extra obstacle, and that's the proportioning valve, but I just took the bracket off, threw a little brake in it, and it worked out well. Nothing hits. So I think at this point, I'm ready to suit up, start moving stuff out of the way, and I think it's time to drag the welder out.
So I think that is it for now for episode 3. Like I said, you know, we talked earlier, we're gonna see what we've got going on up front. Obviously, again, we're gonna get the rear done, and then this thing may not need shocks. I don't know. We're not done with shocks yet. Starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, this long, dumb fucking tunnel, but we're getting there. So we've got Nick set up on the welder and got everything drug out, and I think he's ready to lay down some hot chili.
It's chili time, baby. We'll see you on the next one.